Hi, it's Global Politics with Jim Martin. Today I want to jump on real quick and talk about the Israeli bombing of the Hamas negotiating team in Doha, Qatar. Teams of negotiators have been in Doha for many months representing the Israelis, Egypt, the United States, and Hamas in their efforts to try to find some way to bring the war in Gaza to an end. Netanyahu took advantage of this to attempt to eliminate the Hamas team, who's been living there openly in hotels, participating in these negotiating efforts over the last many months. Striking them either with a car bomb or a missile, it's unclear at this point. It's unknown whether the Hamas team was killed in this attack, but apparently some Qatari military personnel and some civilians have been killed in the strike. Also, some folks have been injured. This took place in a suburban upscale neighborhood in Doha. This is a huge deal for several reasons. First, it's quite clear that negotiations are over. The war in Gaza will continue. No negotiations over hostage releases or anything else are going to take place for the foreseeable future. Second, the Qataris are highly unlikely to serve as a negotiating venue or facilitator for Israel or the United States, for that matter, for the foreseeable future either. They've served admirably in that regard for some decades, helping to facilitate needed agreements, large and small, with Iran, the Taliban, Syrian factions, and others with Western countries. Third, Qatar is a U.S. ally. We have a huge base there. They purchase all of their military equipment and train with us. Since the Trump administration has said that they knew and were advised of the attack beforehand, the Qataris are likely to start to wonder about their allegiances and whether or not they can trust that relationship. That's a big deal. We have a lot of stuff going on there, and we've worked with them, and they've trusted us to this point. Fourth, and most importantly, this is unprecedented in modern times in terms of international relations. It's been off limits for advanced Western sovereign countries to attack representatives of a hostile power, particularly negotiators, on neutral soil. It sets a highly dangerous precedent. If the United States does not condemn this attack with some force and in no uncertain terms, be assured that other powers, including Russia, but also China and others, will believe that such actions are now legitimate, calling into question the UN Charter and many other international agreements that have underpinned the relative peace and stability that most people in the world have benefited for some decades. Thank you, and look forward to talking to you again soon.